In this class, we will continue to study about the interrogative adverb how with the second example. How do you like the sweet potato? The speaker specifies the definition of the transitive verb like with an allocated way for the subject to actualize the condition indicated by the transitive verb like. And another condition that the subject is surrounded from away. As the definition of the intransitive verb, the interrogative adverb how is inclusive from the way that the subject chooses. The subject is allocated to actualize the definition of the verb, in this clause like, to a condition that the subject is surrounded by actualizing the definition of the verb according to the way. This interrogative clause is stated in the third type of clause constituted with the interrogative adverb how. The modal verb as an adverb do, the subject you, the transitive verb like, and the object, the sweet potato. One of the responses is stated as the first conference. I like a sweet potato with the expectation of healthy growth. This can be understood as a way that the speaker, the subject, is allocated to actualize the definition of the transitive verb like. There can be many ways to like some object. In this case, that object is the sweet potato. So we can express our preference by buying some sweet potatoes in 10 boxes, something like that. But in this clause, the speaker reveals the preference, the condition of condition to like the sweet potato with having the expectation. The speaker reveals a way that the speaker as the subject actualizes the condition indicated by the transitive verb like with the phrase of the preposition with the expectation of healthy growth. So the phrase of the preposition with the expectation of healthy growth to reveal the way that the subject actualizes the condition indicated by the transitive verb like corresponds with the interrogative adverb how in the interrogative clause. This phrase of the preposition with corresponds with the interrogative adverb how in the second example. How do you like the sweet potato? The second example, the second possible responses is stated in the second conference. I like the sweet potato humbly. This can be a condition that the speaker as the subject actualizes the definition of the transitive verb like while revealing the condition, or we can say that it's its own attitude while we like something that is the sweet potato in this clause. There is an adverb humbly that corresponds with the interrogative adverb how in the second example. How do you like the sweet potato? The speaker applies the condition indicated by the transitive verb like that the speaker as the subject actualizes with the adverb humbly. The adverb humbly to reveal the specific condition of the subject to actualize the condition of the transitive verb like corresponds with the interrogative adverb how in the interrogative clause. The third example that the interrogative adverb how is applied is this. How many years have we been together? In this clause, the interrogative adverb how describes the definition of the determiner many. And the determiner describes the definition of the general nouns years. So we can say that the interrogative adverb how describes the general noun years in the indirect way via the determiner many. So plus the speaker reveals the inquisitive intent with applying the interrogative adverb how, we can understand that the speaker intends to know about the extent, the magnitude of the subject indicated by the general noun years by specifying the definition of the determiner many. And plus and in this clause, we can see that this clause is stated in the present perfect tense. This means that the subject, including the speaker or the time receivers, and this time is the premise to deal with the present perfect tense. Because the present perfect tense is good for stating an experience of the subject, and the experience can be defined with a period and an experience, a condition, or an action at least once during the period. And the subject is stated to have the period with the intransitive verb have that came from the transitive verb have, but the speaker does not reveal the period as the definite, as the obvious object of verb have. So we can say that the verb have became an intransitive verb in the clause stated in the present perfect tense. So by analyzing the application of the past participle been, we can understand that the subjects respond to the flow of time, to the period as the premise of the experience. The subjects respond in a way to just exist. Because the basic definition of the be verb, that is the primary form of the past participle been, is to describe the existence of the subject. So let's read out the explanation in this part. The speaker applies the interrogative adverb how to specify the definition of the determiner many, whose description specifies the object that the noun ears indicates in the phrase of the adverb how many ears. The interrogative adverb how is interpreted as a description about the condition after the definition of the determiner many is actualized. Because the interrogative adverb how describes many. So between the two words, the adverb how and the determiner many, the core expression is the determiner many. The phrase of the interrogative adverb how many years specifies the definition of the past participle been to reveal that the subject to include the speaker respond to a period with the existence as the object. This interrogative clause is stated in the first type of clause constituted with the phrase of the interrogative adverb how many years as an adverb. The intransitive verb have, the subject we, the adverb being, and the adverb together. One of the responses is stated as the first conference. We have been together less than a year. The speaker applies the phrase of the preposition less than a year, that the two prepositions less than and the object a year of the preposition consists of to specify the definition of the past participle been. We can see that the combination of the two expressions less than corresponds with the interrogative adverb how. So the phrase of the prepositions less than a year corresponds with the phrase of the intransitive verb how many years in the interrogative clause.